Hello, hello. Let's continue. From where I got a crash in the game.
Did you find Gossip Monger? What did she say? I knew she was weird. There are many types of friend. She's the type you can only stay friends. It's okay. It's just a picture. I don't mind. Go ahead. Let me see. Hey, you're pretty good.
Thank you.
Huh? What are you taking pictures of? Why do you sound so nervous all of a sudden? Suspicious.
I didn't expect to see you here. Didn't you say you were really busy?
I am. The Legion has only just retreated. The station is in absolute shambles. Now any progress in rebuilding things has been ruined by the reappearance of the Fragmentum.
Oh, an active Stellaron is rarely a cause for celebration. What did Herta say about the Fragmentum's appearance?
You know what she's like. It's like nothing's happened. She's just sitting back and giving orders. If there's time later, I want to talk to you both in more detail about this. You're the Fragmentum experts, after all.
Anytime.
I need to go. Someone's taken my family encryption key. You know, the one I used to withdraw my allowance? I need to get to the bottom of it.
Who the heck?
That might be the whistleblower's so-called evidence. Looks like you don't have much time to lose.
And you are? And you are? Oh, well done. You found me. So, you're here about the lead researcher's corruption. Anything for a good story. I don't get it. You people live your lives for gossip. Wouldn't it be better to apply that drive to your research? Madame Herta would be delighted to see everyone working so hard. What encryption? Have you been reading too many novels? You think there's some hidden heir on this space station with keys to the family coffers? Less fantasizing, more reading. You want the scoop? Fine. I backed it all up anyway. Here, take it. And let it be known that I, Richard Know-It-All, do not spread rumors. This is the receipt. See the title on this purchase order? That's what I call substantive evidence. Of course it is. If I had any doubt, I'd have kept it quiet. I picked it up a few days ago when I was collecting a package. I saw a few receipts requiring the lead researcher's signature. The security department's head honcho, Arlen, he left pretty quickly when he saw him. We all know he's on her side anyway. So I had a peek, and whoa, she's buying equipment for the space station under her own name. I've got her now. Jeez, do I really have to break it down for you? The space station has its own financial procedures. As long as the purchase is for the space station, no matter how big or small, it has to go through the organizational account using the station's allocated funds. The payer here is her private account. She's totally embezzling station funds for herself. I'm so disappointed, so hurt. She looks like a sweet enough girl, but not only did she fail to repay Madame Herta for promoting her, she even stooped to this. I was so angry, I was shaking. I broke out. That amount of money? Herself? Who do you think she is? Fleming's daughter? Anyway, now you know everything, so leave me alone. I still need to write a report about this for Madame Herta.
Seems like it's all just a scare. But it's easy to make rumors and hard to dispel them. I better let Asta know.
Wonder if I'll discover any rare sword.
You can't waste money like this!
This isn't wasting money. The IBC's budget is so stringent and, the process takes so long. By the time my application would have gone through, too much time would have been wasted. Do you know how much hardware was destroyed when the Legion attacked? And how many cables are currently out of order on the station? How is it my fault when I'm spending my own money to solve everyone else's problems? Give my encryption key back.
I won't!
You. Who gave you the right to tell me what to do with my money?
You did!
Well, I might have done that, but this doesn't count as wasting money.
How is it not wasting money? We lost that finding device you bought during the Legion's invasion. All you had to do was check the inventory, and we could have replaced it. Why did you make a new order? And that Starknot fleet from the last time?
I did make an order, but it didn't go through. I was just trying to improve security measures to make sure attacks like this don't happen again. If the money wasn't spent, then it doesn't count. Anyway, are you here for something? Please, tell me why you're here. So, you think Richard was the one who stole my encryption key. So he was the one who started the rumors. Huh.
It feels like she's not surprised.
I'll deal with that immediately. Please don't worry, Miss Asta.
Yeah, go. Wait! Leave the encryption key here.
That's a separate issue. We'll talk about the encryption key later.
How can you...
A bright edge that can cut jade, and the stars shift within it. A fine sword indeed.
Uh,
Swords descend! Victory by the blade. Blade and flight!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock! Ow! I'm okay.
Strike with heart!
Nap time.
Blade and flight! Strike with heart! Swords descend!
Let's rock! You can fight it, or rock with it!
Yeah! Blade and flight!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Nap time. Victory by the blade. Strike with heart. Let's rock. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Yeah! Shift the balance. Yeah! Strike with heart! Swords descend! Victory by the blade. Blade and flight!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Strike with heart! Let's rock! You can fight it, or rock with it! Nap time. Blade and flight! Victory by the blade.
Strike with heart! Swords descend!
The sanctuary is but a vision!
I'm okay.
That's it.
Blade and flight! Victory by the blade. Strike with heart!
Let's rock.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Nap time. Blade and flight!
The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
Yeah!
Wonder if I'll discover any rare swords.
Ah, young lad. I wanted to see you off, but you know how things are. Something you wanted to ask? Natasha trusts me. In her eyes, an ex-military officer was more suited to be the leader of the organization than a doctor. But the most important thing a leader needs is a strong heart, an ability to unite everyone toward a common cause. In that respect, no one in the underground comes close to her. I was actually once an officer of the Silver Main Guards. After being discharged due to an injury, I followed my old lady here to the underworld, where I plan to retire. But as things would have it, I ended up busier than ever. Do I miss it? If you're talking about the time with my comrades in arms, of course. But other than that, I don't really prefer it over life in the underworld. Wildfire's already made it through its darkest days. With Natasha's leadership, we have the confidence to lead the Underworlders to a brighter... And much of that is thanks to all of you. But as things would have it, there's nothing to regret. Life in the Underworld is hard, but people here are kind, and everyone is... Fortunately, Svarog turned out to have some useful information for you. After all your hard work, I'd feel quite guilty if you left empty-handed. While you still have a long journey ahead, I have no doubt our paths will cross again one day.
You ready yet? If you want to keep wasting time, I'll just... What? Still something you want to talk about? Not much. We just chatted a bit. Is it that obvious? I made a promise to Branya that if something were to happen to her, I'd rescue her myself. Not much. It really isn't worth going. I promised her that I would help her rebuild the connection between the overworld and the underworld. I didn't really give it much thought. But traveling with you bunch does always lead to unexpected surprise, hearty combat, and exciting adventures. Not bad. I certainly don't hate it. Of course. You didn't see the look on Joshua's face. He could barely hold back his tears. Chief Oleg. He didn't say much, but I know he's not the kind to wear his heart on his... It was my choice to go up, and Natasha supported my decision. Besides, you could use another person who can fight. All right.
Well, my friends, are you ready to head out? Ask away, my friend. What else is there to say? You know him as well as I do. He's an upstanding guy, as well as young, handsome, and charming in his lack of charm. But to be honest, I'm not very close to him. After all, he's an officer, and I'm the opposite. Oh, she's quite extraordinary. The renowned rebellious Landau girl. She once had a bright future, but after getting on her leader's bad side, she lost her job. She ended up opening a workshop and playing underground music. I heard that her old man was furious and that only a few younger siblings are still in contact with her. I used to go to her sometimes when I had any mechanical problems above ground, but for various reasons, I don't visit her workshop much anymore. It's a passage connecting the underworld and the overworld, a big stone spiral stairway. You know, I don't understand the architect's obsession with making these steps when there is such advanced technology available. Wouldn't an elevator have been better? It's easier for you youngsters. For this old guy, the steps of the furnace core are a nightmare on... You haven't heard enough about me, huh? All right. My name is Sampo Kaski. I'm a businessman who stands up for justice in his free time. And no, I don't have it in for you. Well, my friends, are you ready to head out? Wonderful. Remember...
Mother, I have returned.
Rania, I thought I'd lost you. Where were you? Are you hurt?
I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really. I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I couldn't handle.
The underworld? In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
I'm listening.
Madam Cocolia, it is my firm belief that the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before. I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you? Well, the responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day. Such is the burden of being Guardian, to carry these secrets for eternity. So, I ask you to forgive my defiance, but I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years, and those outsiders may be the...
Enough! What? Arrogant. Ignorant. Oh, you disappoint me, Bronya. You merely glimpsed the tip of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders? Guards!
They are not my entire life. Everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And please, stop dismissing me with vague excuses. Tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
I knew this moment would come sooner or later. I just didn't expect it would be. You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right? Do you believe you're ready to learn the truth?
Yes. I am ready.
Then come with me, Bronya. It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
We're finally back. I forgot.
No.
Where's Sampo?
Nope! Next question. Where's our next stop? We should find somewhere to put our feet up. As long as it's not Goethe Hotel.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
The bro or the sis? If you're talking about Japard, we should be careful. He's a top Silvermane guard. He'd probably get a medal for every one of us he brought in. Dan Hung, what do you think?
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Landau.
So, you think we should avoid Japard for the time being?
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides, if he hasn't been persuaded by Branya's letter, we'd be walking right into the lion's den.
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
But we must keep a low...
What's...
Nothing. It's just a little... The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory. The overworld and the underworld. I'm okay. There are so many Silvermane guards on patrol. Is it usually like this?
No. I don't remember the security being this tight last time. Might have something to do with us. The Supreme Guardian has probably learned of our arrival already. Branya.
Come around and have a look.
Who is it? The shop's closed today. You'll have to come back tomorrow. I remember. The three outsiders. Wait, why are you still strolling around the city? Do you know the Silvermane guards are looking all quick? Act natural and get inside.
All right, you'll be safe here. My workshop has pretty good soundproofing and barely anyone comes in. Just what crime did you commit exactly? They recalled a bunch of guards from the front line to track you down. It's unprecedented. Now they're patrolling the whole city and everyone's in a panic.
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Branya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely? Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. Kokolia and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refused to stand with her. I don't believe you guys would do anything bad. And the Architects are gonna need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the Architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know Kokolia's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details. Me? None. What Kokolia and the Architects get up to has nothing to do with me. My time is too precious for... These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Branya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller. Let me...
Try not to embellish the facts.
So that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Branya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, this is what's become of the underworld? I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Seela here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Branya got you to find me. When I was still one of the Architects working in the Scientific Research Division, I was researching the Stellaron. I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the Architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything. Only a very few people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze. But according to the data recorded in that robot, Svarog, the architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled or abandoned. Maybe I should be thanking Cocolia. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure. Cocolia... It's been so many years since we last spoke. We were great friends once. There was nothing. She became a completely different person when she took on the Supreme Guardianship. The convictions she once held, her enthusiasm, it was like they were drawn out of her by some... She gave the order to expel me herself and refused to see me. I never understood that behavior, and I gave up trying to use logic to work it out alone. Sometimes I even wonder whether she really did become a different person. Is that possible? Perhaps there's a single guardian consciousness that gets handed down from generation to generation. And the real... Is she being compelled by previous generations of guardians to make such baffling decisions? Who knows? But this might make for good songwriting material. I figured out that the Stellaron and the Fragmentum were linked, so I was already close to the truth. It's a shame that the architects ejected me before I could discover that the source of the Fragmentum was the Stellaron itself. Before I lost my position, I was applying for permission to survey the Stellaron directly. It was my research topic, but I'd never even set eyes on it. My research was all based on historical data and lab simulations. Not long after I submitted my preliminary report and application, I received my punishment. It was obvious that somebody didn't want my research to continue. Japard? Not a chance. He's a decent guy, but also famously uncompromising. For my brother, orders are more important than anything. Even if you stuck Bronya's letter to his forehead, he wouldn't be swayed. You need to choose your words carefully if you want to persuade him of something. It might be best if I talk to him. Though, I'd need a strategy first. Yes. I never observed it directly, but I used lab simulations and outbound surveys to establish a rough location. According to the survey results, the Stellaron is likely to the north of Belobog, somewhere in the vast snow plain.
We must locate it as soon as possible. Ideally before Cocolia takes action.
Not a problem. I was thinking the same thing. But I'm afraid telling you might not be enough. The area to the north of Belobog has been more or less swallowed up by the Fragmentum. If you want to get to the northern snow plains, you'll need to get past the Silvermane Guard restricted zone on the front lines. Even if you get past the restricted zone in one piece, you'll have a whole heap of Fragmentum to deal with. Yes, that's where the main force of the Silvermane Guards is stationed. They've consolidated their position there.
It sounds like the three of us and Zila might not be enough. Why don't we go back underground and get Wildfire to...
I fear we may not have the time.
Hey, enough pessimism. Back in my official capacity days, I spent a lot of time in the north. I got to know the soldiers and officers on the front line. This calls for brainwaves, not brawn waves. How about I take you over myself?
Really? Great! Phew. It's less scary if someone you know is leading the way.
I want to see the Stellaron too, you know. It was my research topic for over a decade. You don't get that many decades in life. That's settled then. There's no time to lose. We should head out as soon as you're ready. Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today. Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him. Shepard! It's you! I didn't think you'd have the time to visit with things so tense on the front line.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
Ah! Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something—
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agree. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here. I'll take a look.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something—
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will. Last night, Lady Bronya suddenly appeared. She entered Klepoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district. She issued a curfew for the entire city and ordered us to pursue and capture any suspicious individuals.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she all right?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klepoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think...
Wait!
What is it?
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Am not! How dare you! What do you take—
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got—
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. Kokolia's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian. But this isn't a joking matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
I will, if I have the time.
The coast is clear. You can come out now.
Phew. I nearly...
I almost lost my cool when he went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger.
Attempting to storm Klepoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission. Rest assured, Kokolia may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Bronya. I'm certain of that.
You sound like Bronya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against Kokolia, and yet in some ways, You seem to trust her completely.
Didn't you hear him? He said he needs to take care of a few matters in the city first. If we're fast enough, we can stay out of his way. Come on, let's go to the restricted zone. If we can get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, Cocolia will be out of options.
Is Bronya really safe?
You care about her, huh? You must have become close friends.
Come around and have a look.
Close is a bit much, but I made her a promise.
Relax. She's the strongest girl I've ever seen.
Oh, they've jacked up security all right. How the heck are we gonna sneak in?
Leave it to me. Stick close, guys, and don't get spotted.
This is a military base. Trespassers aren't allowed in. Wait, isn't that... Ha! Serval!
Well, if it isn't Franz. Long time no see. You still watching the entrance?
Well, you see, yeah, you haven't changed, Serval. Still nailing us to the wall. So, what brings you over here at this hour? And who are the guys behind you?
My brother said the restricted zone energy lines were malfunctioning. Told me it was urgent. He doesn't trust those contracted maintenance workers, so he got me in for free. These guys are my assistants. We need to overhaul all the installations here.
I didn't hear anything about the energy lines malfunctioning.
Oh, please. This is a technology division issue. Why would they tell you guys? Come on, let us in already. If the heating system goes down in the middle of the night, are you gonna be responsible for all the frozen corpses?
No, that's, not something I could... Seeing as you're Captain Japard's sister, Okay, here are some temporary passes. Oh, and remember to give them back to me when you leave.
Thanks, Franz. I'll put in a good word for you with my brother and get him to promote you.
No, Captain Japard hates all that under-the-table stuff. I'd have a better chance if you don't mention me at all.
This can go towards my allowance.
See? That was easy.
You're Japard's sister, all right.
I don't want people to see me that way. I'm doing this for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be... Do you see that mechanical gear bridge? When you cross over to the other side, you arrive at Hell on Earth. They do. The architects believe that Hell can exist on any world. A plight that will inevitably come to be without... In the future, a terrible catastrophe will arrive. If, under Klapoth, the Preservation's guidance, we fail to construct a barrier, that catastrophe will sweep away the stars, plunging all worlds. That's the belief of the architects. But for us, Hell is an endless fragmentum, a few exhausted Silvermane guards, and the stench of death in the air. If we want to progress further north, we will need to cross that Hell.
Right on! I'm stealing that.
Let's go then. First, we need to think of... I helped set the underlying mechanisms for this type of gear bridge. It's controlled via different terminals in combination.
Is Japard on frontline duty a lot?
Yes, but what made you ask that all of a sudden?
It's so dangerous. Don't you worry about him?
He's a Landau.
Mechanical Fever released a new song. Did you hear it?
Oh, sure did. Palo was on lead vocals this time. Scared me half to death. It's a completely different style.
Even Mechanical Fever is changing. Rock and roll's dead. There's no audience.
Don't be so pessimistic. They're just keeping things fresh. I thought Palo was pretty good.
Nope. This terminal's off.
So what's the plan?
Look for another.
I never would have guessed that Japard and you were brother and sister.
I can't say I blame you. We're nothing alike in personality or interests. In our family, we have a strong military tradition going back generations. Many a land.
Oh, even Mechanical.
Don't be so pessimistic.
Darn! Can't activate it. It seems like someone severed the energy supply to the terminals. Huh. You know, the more I think about it, the more it seems deliberate. With the front line on high alert, they must have rotated the bridge to make it impassable. Then they cut off the energy supply to the terminals to avoid accidental repositioning. Or to prevent deserters from escaping. That way, even if the front line were to collapse, the Fragmentum monsters wouldn't be able to make it to the other side.
Bronya was right. The Silvermane guards really are risking their lives to protect Bel-
Just my conjecture, but I doubt it's far from the truth. My brother mentioned that they've had to use extreme measures to repel the Fragmentum. Let's press on. We can't activate either of these
Aren't you the maintenance people? What are you doing? You can't just go wherever you please in the restricted zone.
That's it!
And it's behind a gate.
Its formal name is the Mechanism Energy Hub.
No wonder it's so heavily guarded.
One unit for everything? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
As long as we can gain access permissions to the hub, we can operate the gear bridge. That's why I told them we were here for urgent maintenance. The frontline equipment needs servicing just as much as the rest.
So that's why you went for maintenance. Way to go, Serval!
Come on, let's see if that...
Yo, evening soldier.
Are you the emergency engineers? I saw you guys hanging around. Did you find the problem?
Not yet. Everything looks normal so far. I think the problem is stemming from the energy hub. If you let us in, we can do a routine service inspection. I've worked on various iterations of this type of installation.
No. No can do. No one gets near the energy hub without the security captain's encryption key.
Not even the Supreme Guardian?
The Supreme Guardian? Hey, no games, you hear? No dice without the encryption key.
Darn, this guy...
You need the encryption key, right? Which captain should I bother then?
Captain Dunn's resting up ahead. Go and find him. If he grants you permission, I won't stand in your way.
Done? Why didn't you say so? No problem, we'll be back in a bit.
Serval, this Dunn, do you know him?
You bet I do. We go way back. He's easy to talk to.
You! Hold it right. This is a military base. Temporary.
Did you hear Malik is being reassigned? Seems like both the front line and the city are short-handed.
Seriously? No way. I thought Malik had only just been promoted.
Mysterious. Feels like something big's about.
As long as it's away from the front line, I'd happily be reassigned. It's only been a year since I enlisted. I'm not ready to lose my...
You make it sound terrible. Good luck preserving anything with those idlers and the reserve units. Our purpose as Silvermane Guards is to protect the citizens of the...
Yeah! Hey, Dunn! It's been a while. I didn't know you made security captain.
Serval, it's been a long time. You're still so... You look good.
Allow me to introduce my assistants to you. They help me take care of business at the workshop. Everyone, this is Captain Dunn, an old friend of mine. He used to be an ace on the keys in the band.
Oh, you play rock and roll too? Cool!
Pleased to meet you.
Zachary! How many days has it been since you showered?
I showered right before my...
What did you say?
I haven't showered in 2 days, sir.
Unacceptable, especially in front of visitors. Apologies for the embarrassment, all.
It's not a big deal, Dunn. You know, if you get a chance, would you want to get on stage with us again? My keyboard guy is pretty good, but I still miss our military days playing in the band.
That was a long time ago, Serval. I haven't touched a keyboard in ages. Besides, I'm stationed here all year round. I'm afraid I don't get many chances to return to the city. Though I don't stand on ceremony. How may I assist you? If everything's in order, you'd better head back to the city. It's not safe here.
I've checked the lines. There don't seem to be any major problems. All that's left is the energy hub. The guard over there said that I needed an encryption key to open the gate. Can you help me out?
Could you be any less discreet?
Anything wrong, Dunn?
Sorry, Serval, but can you tell me what Captain Japard told you?
Huh? Oh, let me think. Hey, sis, the energy supply lines in the restricted zone have malfunctioned. Those useless engineers can't find the problem. Something like that?
And may I ask, when did he contact?
This morning? Yeah, that's right. He's on urban patrol duty today, right? That's why he popped round and asked the favor.
Aha. Captain Japard just returned to the front line. I could
Huh? Hold up, he's back? That can't be. He was still in the city a little while ago.
You haven't changed, Serval. You're still a lousy liar. These people you've brought, they're not workshop assistants, right? Serval, it's not that I don't want to help you, but you should remember that I'm a Belobog Silvermane guard. How about this? You can leave, and I won't tell anyone about this incident. But the outsiders must remain.
There goes the negotiation.
I brought you guys here, and I'm standing with you till the end. Done. This concerns the fate of Belobog. No, the fate of our whole world. Please, don't stand in our way.
Serval! We used to rehearse together every day. You must understand. My rock and roll soul is to uphold the dignity of a soldier.
Help me improve. Strike with heart.
I've no interest in
Practice is over. Swords descend.
Fighting is meaningless.
Pretty good crowd today.
Turn it up!
Time fresh. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Naughty child. Nap time.
Blade and flight!
Too late to repent.
Go. Serval?
I'm sorry, Dunn. Time for a little nap.
He's just unconscious. Don't worry.
Stubborn fool. Strong, though. Wildfire lacks people like him.
Got it! The encryption key. Quick, before we attract attention, let's...
I think we attracted it.
That's the enemy attack alarm. Every Silvermane guard in the reserve zone just became our enemy. We've made it up till now. I could lose an arm and a leg for all I care. Quick, back to the energy supply hub. Anyone that tries...
If I'd known he had the encryption key from the start, I could have snuck in and taken it off him myself.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, Sela. Activating the gear bridge alone would have been enough to expose us.
Shift the balance.
Someone goes there.
I see you. Strike with heart.
This sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock!
Blade and flight. Swords descend.
Keep up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
Nap time.
Someone there.
Blade and flight.
This sanctuary
is but a vision! Break!
Strike with heart! Swords descend! Shift the balance.
It couldn't be.
Blade and flight!
The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
Let's rock!
Nap time.
Victory by the blade. Yeah! Strike with heart!
The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
Let's rock! Blade and flight! Swords descend! Strike with heart!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Nap time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Blade and flight! Victory by the blade.
We're in.
It's open! Hold!
Strike with heart!
The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
Blade and flight! Yeah!
Give me some time. Who designed this operating system? It's so unintuitive. Emergency fire evacuation system? Not that. Rock and roll dance floor atmosphere mode? Who the heck added that? And they used one of my songs! Your bridge control terminal. Still found it. That's it. I've reset the energy system. Let's go and operate the...
Serval, won't more Silvermane guards be waiting for us on the other side of the gear bridge?
Yup.
Then what's our plan?
Well, either we reason with them or charge straight through the blockade. Let's play it by ear.
Careful.
There's no other way.
Help me improve. Strike with heart. Practice is over. Swords descend.
I've no interest in conflict. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock. Nap time. Time for swordplay. Blade and flight.
Fighting is meaningless.
This song. Time fresh. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Strike with heart.
Too late to repent.
Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock. Nap time.
Turn it up!
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Don't worry about me. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Victory by the blade.
Energy restored. 40%. We did it. Perfect. Okay. We need to get to the front line.
We could have a problem. Your brother...
He probably is. Hopefully we don't bump into him, but if we do, we'll just have to try and talk to him.
Are you sure you can convince...
I've probably got a 30% chance.
Meaning it could end in a fight.
Haven't you noticed yet? Most of our convincing ends in a fight.
We need to be sure, Sival. If we can't reach a common understanding with your brother, will you stand with us?
Of course. My word is my bond. I said that I'd stand with you to the end, and I won't go back on that promise.
Before our next expedition, I need Himeko to teach me some negotiation skills. Beating people up all the time is cramping my elegance.
I haven't fought with Japard since he enlisted. He could never beat me when we were little, but now...
Serval. It really...
Wait, Japard? Listen to me.
When the sentry reported to me, I thought there must have been a misunderstanding. The enemy alarm had to be unrelated to your entry into the restricted zone. Perhaps the intruders had taken you hostage. And step away from the intruders, Serval. Walk over slowly and stand behind me. You're different from them.
I'm sorry. We have an understanding. I stand with them. Give me a few minutes, just a few. I'll explain every—
Enough, Serval. Have you forgotten where we are? We Landaus ought to know this place better than anywhere. The outer reaches of the front line against the Fragmentum. Belobog's most strategic protective fortress. Every Silvermane guard here, every person here, is ready to sacrifice themselves. Ready to spill their blood for Belobog at a moment's notice. Yet here you are, leading fugitives into the restricted zone. Attacking my Silvermane comrades in arms. Hijacking the energy hub. Are you really worthy of the Landau name?
Why do you think I've come here? We found a way to dispel the eternal freeze, to seal the Fragmentum. It might be the only lifeline this world has left.
If that were true, why wouldn't you report to Madame Cocolia? Why would you sneak into the restricted zone and create chaos?
You don't understand. The one preventing us from getting close to the truth is Cocolia herself.
You have all seen the Supreme Guardian in person. Do you think you can act as you please because she didn't recognize your version of events?
Listen to me, Gepard. The origin and spread of the Fragmentum is linked to the Stellaron. The meteorite in the Architect's records, it's—
I know about the Stellaron. It's exactly what the fugitives behind you are seeking. But the Madam Guardian has already revealed the truth to me. These people have ulterior motives, Serval. They want to steal this treasure from the Architects. The Madam Guardian has warned me before that you were indulging in fantasy. That you'd been exposed to forbidden knowledge. And that you would bring destruction down upon Belobog. I believe you, Serval. I believe you think you're acting with loyalty to the people. It's just... Guards, formation. Arrest these people. We could be inundated with Fragmentum monsters at any moment. We have no—
The forbidden is only forbidden to conceal the truth within. Cocolia's afraid that we'll seize on this knowledge. That the truth will spread far and wide. To save the world, we must risk it all. I've said my piece. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. Regardless, you should know by now your sister's never been one to back down. If there's something or someone you can't abide, you should stand up and resist. And if there's something you uphold, you should uphold it to the very end.
Save your explanation for the judge. You are charged with sabotaging the Silvermane Guard restricted zone. In my capacity, this isn't like our childhood game, Serval. You won't get any leniency.
The barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be a hero, Gepard.
Didn't I tell you? All our negotiations end in combat.
Yeah! Resistance is futile!
A strong adversary. Help me improve. Blade in flight! Practice is over. Swords descend!
Keep up. My tempo! Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all!
Naughty children, don't listen. You're in bad shape.
Stay focused. Take courage.
That's it. Time for some swordplay. Strike with heart.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
In the name of preservation!
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Blade in flight!
The time is now.
This song's just for you.
Turn up the volume.
Naughty children, don't listen. Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Don't worry about me.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
A one-time enemy.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Let's rock.
Time for a shot. Savor the vigor of life.
So, how many of my moves strike with heart?
Step
Practice
aside.
is over.
I have no interest in
Swords
scoping content.
descend.
Pretty good crowd today.
Nap time.
Oh, never.
This guy knows how to put up a fight. I've never come up against anyone this relentless.
He just won't go.
He's as stubborn as I am. It could be an argument or a fight. He'll do both to the death. That's why he bugs the heck out of me. That's enough, Japard. Take a look around you. You're the last man standing.
Even if I am, I won't yield.
We don't want you to yield through force of arms. That wouldn't be a victory for us.
Yeah, our goal is the same as yours, Serval's and Branya's. We just want to preserve this world. There's no reason to turn against each other.
Japard, brother, surely now you can see the need for pragmatism. Even if you don't believe my outsider friends, you should believe me. Maybe I've wasted your trust. In which case, believe Branya.
Lady.
There's nothing more to say, Japard. The decision is yours.
As a captain of the Silvermane Guards, I am duty-bound to carry out the orders of the Supreme Guardian. But Lady Branya is the commanding officer for the front lines. According to military protocol, if the frontline directives of the commanding officer clash with those of the architects behind the lines, a soldier must remain at their post and await further directives. For the Silvermane Guards, the Guardian's orders are paramount and absolute. But there is something of equal importance in the oath we take.
The people of Belobog.
If we lose the people, we lose the reason for our existence. Our fight with the Fragmentum monsters is for the sake of preservation. But our fight with you? I fail to see the purpose. If you are truly able to prevent our endlessly unfolding misfortunes, then the people of Belobog are indebted to you. But if you are using lies to mask your true intentions, using my sister and Bronya for your own ends, I swear by Klapoth that I will carry out your punishment without an ounce of—
They're not lying. I promise you.
You must be Zila. You are a skilled fighter. Your combat style is nothing like that of the guards.
Regardless of what you believe, these guys have been a great help to the underworld. Many people would vouch for them.
If you want to advance further northward, you must traverse an area entirely corroded by the Fragmentum. It's the only way to get to the snow plains on the other side. The guards can give you some time before the—
I gotta admit, I had a lot of misunderstandings. The difference is, we're... Put ourselves in their shoes? Easier said. Of course I do. It's the same with Japard. I think I can already hear the storm on the other side of... I hope Serval's right.
You see? Brothers and sisters need to have a scrap once in a while. Enough apologizing. Honestly, this would have happened sooner or later. What's wrong with a bit of violent coexistence between siblings? Seems... I'm pulling your leg. Since I left the military, my brother and I have always steered clear of certain sensitive topics. Thinking about it, perhaps he's just been looking out for my feelings. Knowing my temper, my brother almost certainly went to great lengths on many occasions. Let's do this. I may never have come. Actually, I have another selfish motive. I want to prove to Cocolia that I was right. Once we've taken care of the Stellaron... Sorry, hardly the time for me to be upset. As I mentioned, now, if you're ready to get on...
As soon as the restricted zone gate is open, the monsters on the other side will turn out in full force. Once you've broken through the front line, there's nothing more we can do for you. You'll have to find out for yourselves what lies within the northern... So, have you made up your... Understood. Keep your weapons close. Guards, open the gate.
Are you dealing with attacks like this every day?
It's a common occurrence. Guards, formation!
Well, I'm gonna make sure I don't owe the guards any favors when this is done.
Here they come!
Steel yourselves!
Time for some swordplay! Blade in flight!
It's too late to repent. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
This song's just for you. Turn up the volume.
Time for a shot. Savor the vigor of it.
So, how many of my moves strike with heart?
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all.
A one-time enemy. Blade in flight!
The time is now.
Keep up with my tempo.
Naughty children, don't listen. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
I can breathe easy again.
Time for a shot. You're in bad shape.
Strike with heart!
How many of them are there?
The more the merrier. These guys are nothing. Hold the line.
That's
I'm
it.
okay.
Blade in flight!
Clemency? Never heard of it. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Turn up the volume.
That'll take more than medicine. All better now?
Ready to jam.
Time for some sword play!
I told you, Japard, the barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be...
This is only the first wave. They'll have reassembled soon. I have to!
Hey, Mr. Silvermane, listen to your sister. I can tell just by looking at you that you haven't fully recovered.
Outsiders. Zila, the second wave hasn't started yet. Make the most of this opportunity and make a break for...
Huh? Serval, aren't you gonna look for the Stellaron with us?
My brother can't hold them back by himself. He wasted a lot of energy on us. He's my responsibility now. If I'm not here to help, I don't know what might happen in the next wave. I want to go with you. I do. I always wanted to catch a glimpse of the Stellaron with my own eyes, and now it's so close that I can't abandon my brother and the other guards. I'm a Landau. It's up to you now. I believe in you. You've given me new hope. Get hold of the Stellaron before Cocolia realizes what's happening. Hey, March. Don't forget to take a picture of the Stellaron for me.
Say no more! We're good at this, don't worry!
Fragmentum activity is intensifying. Something's happening. Shouldn't we go down there?
Have faith in them. Besides, this is his first trailblazing expedition. How will he be able to look back fondly without a few twists and turns? Are you bored, Welt? I understand. But we have lots of opportunities ahead of us. Let's leave the memories of this expedition for them. Yes, we haven't seen any Eon or Emanator level imaginary reactions. Relax, this is a young person's adventure. We shouldn't interfere. At most, we could offer a little off-site assistance.
Is this the fragmentum Gepard was talking?
Compared to this, the corrosion we saw in Backwater Pass pales into...
Oh, yeah. It feels like there are low.
Serval said that the Stellaron was very likely hidden in the snow plains north of Belobog. If we want to get there...
This place makes my flesh crawl.
We have no guide and no way of detecting the Stellaron. We'll just have... Don't be disheartened. This...
Look! Up ahead on the ground! What is that?
Be careful. Think twice before you interact with anything in the Fragmentum.
We're deep inside the... Let's look for other clues first.
This is... Bronya's! Yeah, so she's...
Whoa. That's Bronya! Huh? Is that Kakol?
No, it must be... a kind of echo?
Which means they were definitely... And it looks like they...
Just in time. We had no idea which direction to take.
Objects that have been exposed to fragmentum corrosion might...
We're deep inside the fragment. Let's look for other clues.
You still haven't told me what this place is, Mother.
700 years ago, this was Belobog's northern border, and the site of an ancient... Now, it is nothing more than an abandoned corridor, filled with the sounds of... Don't let its fragmented appearance fool you, Bronya. On the day the promise is fulfilled, these ruins will become the breeding ground of a new world.
Mother, do you truly believe the Stellaron's promise? It summoned the blizzard beyond our walls and opened the door of the Fragmentum. It destroyed our civilization.
And yet, the crime of our ancestors was their inability to embrace that destruction sooner.
What?
From the moment those intruders descended from beyond the sky, this world was handed a death sentence. But the Stellaron has reserved for us a thread of hope. There is a price to pay for new life, wiping away every decaying vestige of the old world, renouncing the meaningless and lingering struggle. This, when the promise is fulfilled, Bronya, no longer will we have to squander our lives guarding this widow.
This is a complex mechanism. How did they get...
I knew this. Wait! Wasn't there some big energy hub-looking thing?
I can't say I like the idea of interacting with our surroundings, especially this deep into the Fragmentum. However... There's no other way. Desperate times call for desperate...
It worked, right? But the gate did...
Are there other...
It's clear that whoever designed these mech...
Look, over there!
Oh, I see.
Blade and flight! Let's rock!
You can fight it or rock with it.
That hurt. Nap time.
Strike with heart! Victory by the blade. Yeah! Swords descend!
That's better.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Victory by the blade. This can go towards my allowance. Shift the balance. Strike with heart.
Turn it up!
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock!
You can fight it or rock with it.
Swords descend!
That's better.
Blade and flight!
Let's rock!
Nap time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Strike with heart!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
You can fight it or rock with it.
That's better. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Let's rock!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
That's better.
That's it.
Let's rock!
You can fight it or rock with it.
Worth our while.
This will strengthen our position.
Strike with heart!
The sanctuary is but a vision! Break!
Let's rock!
Blade and flight!
Are those monsters guarding the energy hub?
It seems like it. Strange. Fragmentum monsters would usually destroy man-made objects.
Did you hear that? This mechan- Come on, let's find the next one.
Where is the next mechanism?
There's no switch.
I've never seen such a desolate place. At least in Rivet Town, you could tell that people used to live there.
Rivet Town is only at the outstretched fingertips of the corrosion. Now, we're deep in the Fragmentum's heart. This will strengthen our...
Strike with heart!
Nap time.
Blade and flight!
Past victories don't guarantee future ones. Worth our while. I want to ask you a question. Do you still remember those dreams you mentioned? I know you're wide awake right now, but I need you to try. See if you can recall them. Well? This is merely speculation, but perhaps the voice you heard is the Stellaron somehow conveying information, and the one in your body is resonating with the Stellaron.
Huh? You mean that Stellarons can communicate? I've never heard.
Well, there's never been a human that could accommodate a Stellaron in their body.
Then, aren't...
Yes.
Don Hung's speculations are usually right up.
I have to save Bronya.
Is this right?
If you want to get to the...
Shift the balance. Swords descend!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Blade and flight! Victory by the blade.
Done! It took some effort, but we finally cracked these mechanisms.
We're one step closer to Bronya. Let's move!
Are these echoes too?
Yes.
I don't understand. Even if the truth is as you say, every generation of Guardian has resisted the call of the Stellaron, and all of them have been wrong.
Do you still not see, Bronya? There is no right or wrong here. Some of our ancestors, including Elisa Rand, spent their whole lives trying to prolong this civilization. Then they spent lifetimes right to those entities of greater magnificence in the heavens above. I shall not follow the Guardian's misguided steps down that blind alley of narcissism. If persistence is futile, then one must choose a new beginning.
But Klipoth, the Preservation, are they not one of the magnificent entities you speak of? Is it not their strength that has sheltered Bella?
The Preservation. Has the Preservation ever looked humanity in the eye? Nothing more than an arrogant... You will hear the real voice of